Hello and welcome back to another Transformers Studios series review. This one is one that is incredibly special, and I cannot believe that these words are about to come out of my mouth. This is the Transformers Studios series Leader Class The Fallen. It just sounds so surreal. And before I actually get to the figure, please, can we just talk about how beautiful this box is? Look at it. Look at it. It's so gorgeous. I absolutely love it. And that is why you'll notice that all the junk is there. There's nothing hiding it. That is because this guy is going to be the new stand-in. Shockwave's box is gone. The Fallen's has replaced it, because now the Fallen and Grindor are obviously my two favorite SS figures, so I'm keeping them. But yeah, this is actually the first figure, like in the order of the Studio series, that I've gotten that has the new packaging. Because obviously, this I think is what they should do with all of the figures, is just have like the entire thing covered with the cardboard box. With the whole thing with the studio, like with the deluxes and the voyages, they have a window but there's no protection on it, so any stupid kid can come and break the face or whatever. Just do this. Just do what you're doing with the leader classes, do with every figure. But anyway, there you have the Fallen, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Obviously, probably like one of the worst movies I've ever watched. Is number 91. You have this beautiful art of the Fallen. I'm so sorry for gushing over this thing, but I fell in love with it when the first images of this box came out, and you can see it is in perfect condition as well, so that's also awesome. You see on the top, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. On the side here, Studio Series number 91, you have the Fallen again. On the other side here, you have a pulled back image of the thing on the front. I actually never looked at the side of the box, if I'm being honest. On the back, obviously we have the render of the Fallen in his robot mode, his vehicle mode, the gimmick. Here he is with his backdrop. I'm not getting the backdrop out because I've sealed this box, and I really don't want to open it again. Now, the description is probably one of the best I've ever read, and I wish that it was this cool in the movie. The Fallen engages Optimus Prime in a fierce final battle. Prime against Prime. If the Fallen had actually put up a fight, this would have been way cooler. But he got absolutely trashed by Optimus, and that is what I hated. Even like in Revenge of the Fallen, obviously yes, the standard is very low, but this, like, the final battle was probably the best scene. It was probably the best scene in the whole movie, and even then it was pretty crap, considering the Fallen just, like, he didn't even do anything. He removed the one part of Optimus and then he got stabbed and his face came off. So anyway, that's been like 3.5 minutes of me talking about a cardboard. That was supposed to be a cardboard box. Don't know how that turned into cardboard. But anyway, here is the man of the hour himself. There is the Fallen. Now, obviously, anyone who owns the original figure, fuck's sake, I apologize. It's the holidays, man. Leave me alone, all right? Anyway, this is a disaster. Anyone who owns the original figure, either from Revenge of the Fallen or the Hunt for the Decepticons version, you can pretty much see the similarities here. It is essentially the exact same transformation, just with a couple changes. However, I'll be honest, this looks way more creative and just way cooler than the original. You can see it has like spider. I kind of think of this as like an insect kind of thing, because these birds, they kind of look like the, I don't know what you call them. They're not the teeth. The things on the front of spiders and ants and stuff. The mandibles. That's it. They look kind of like the mandibles of insects. And unfortunately, I mean, the cockpit doesn't open, but really, who cares? Obviously, you can see, just like the original figure, this part comes and covers his face. Of course, his legs are out. And then these bits, I love these bits in the jet mode. They just look so cool. Like, it adds that extra Cybertronian-esque to it. But yeah, So there's that. And also, looking at it from the back, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, really. Obviously, you can see his head is the thruster. But yeah, definitely a throwaway mode. After I transformed him for the first time, I was like, this guy is too fiddly, and there's no point in doing it, so I'm not going to transform him again. Literally like an hour later, I was like, you know what? Let me transform him. And he's actually, yeah, okay, I've transformed him several times. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is for the vehicle mode. For a comparison, I don't actually have anything else. So there's Stinger. I don't have anything else in vehicle mode. But in terms of an actual length of this guy, from toe to toe, he's about 33 centimeters. Don't know what that is in inches. Whatever. And from the back of the arm to the front of the mandible thing is 22 centimeters. So he's fairly big. Fairly big leader. Now, accessory wise, he does only come with he comes with his staff, which obviously can split into two. I was really hoping that he would come with the Matrix, because now there is nothing that the Matrix can come with, because I'm pretty sure the entire Revenge of the Fallen cast is done now. I'm fairly sure about that. So unfortunately, nothing can come with that. Like the Matrix can't come with anything. Even Dark of the Moon, if you could have packed it in with Prime or Sentinel, or literally anyone from Dark of the Moon, actually, you could just packed in the Matrix with literally anyone. But anyway, that's enough talking, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It has been like 2 or 3 days since I recorded that last clip, and I have some heartbreaking news, but I will get to it when we get to the comparisons. It's nothing to do with The Fallen, thankfully, but unfortunately it has now made The Fallen my favorite Studio Series figure, because he was my second favorite, and now something's happened to my favorite, and he is now, yeah. So anyway, let's get down to the transformation for him. Now, I highly suggest that you just take these things completely off. So what you're going to do, you're going to untab them here, and then just pop them out the ball joint, because they're going to pop off eventually. So I just take them off just to make life easier for myself. There we go, and pop it off, and I already untapped that. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna untab this. See that tab goes into that slot there. Gonna do the same thing on this side, right? Then this entire section is going to just untab and fold down, and it'll line up with this perfectly. Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna rotate this part of the leg, the top. Then you're gonna rotate the knee, and then you're gonna rotate the ankle, and then you're gonna spread the toes out. And there's one leg all done. You can do the exact same thing on this side. Just bring that out, flip the toes, and there's already the legs of the Fallen done. I'm gonna have to lift this up. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't fall. If it does, oh well. You're going to untab the arm there. See that tab, well, you can't see it. This tab goes into that slot. You're gonna bring the arm down, and you're gonna rotate at this bit. Right, so just hold everything else, rotate, and there is that all done. Same thing on this side. Bring this down, rotate this, bring this down, and then this part covering the face, you're gonna bring this down, lift the head slightly up, and you're going to collapse this in, and you'll hear a click. There we go. Okay, and now what we're going to do is reattach these pieces. So how this works is that this little circle bit, if it'll focus on it, there we go, this circle bit is gonna go over this piece like so, and then this is gonna tab in, and then you can just attach this back. This side, the ball joint pops out incredibly easy. but I will get to that just now. Take this, plug this back on, and then you're going to tab both of these bits together like that. It tabs at the bottom and at the top. Then you can just do that, and ladies and gentlemen, here is the Fallen in his robot mode. And I mean, he looks exactly like the Fallen from the movie. There's really nothing I can do to criticize him here. So we just take a look at that beautiful head sculpt. Whoa, well, one of his head sculpts, spoiler. So yeah, just look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. The molding is not only perfect, but the paint as well is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, you have the chest there. You have obviously this blue bit. You have the shoulders. You have some orange, and you have some blue. Oh, and I forgot one bit of the transformation. You need to flip these bits up. So there's that. You can see obviously the arms do have these like not really spikes, but like these giant shoulder spiky bits, just like the original toy. This leader is heavily inspired by the original toy. You can see his massive hands there. His hands are huge, and not to mention he has 8 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So that is really freaky. You can see obviously the bit of the mandible bit of the jet. So I mean, yeah, obviously you do have that chicken leg look that most of the Bayverse designs do have, and the feet. The feet I've found like they're just so satisfying to place on the ground. Anyway, obviously, come and look at the back. Of course, this is where the figure is really unique because we have these bits now, which I'll get to it. But basically, yeah, that is pretty much it for the details and paint of the figure. Now, there is something that I do want to show actually. If I put this to the light, you can see he is made like there's a lot of tinted plastic in him. Now, people are saying that it is clear plastic. It is not. Clear plastic and tinted plastic are very different things. Now, tinted plastic actually is extremely strong, so that is really good because that means that this will probably not break. I say probably, hopefully it won't break. So yeah, there is that. Now for comparisons, this is where we have the heartbreaking news. So stand him there. Just because I have him here, here he is next to Jazz. Obviously Jazz is a small deluxe, so yeah, he's gonna look puny next to the Fallen. So there's that. For a fellow leader class, ow, I just pinched myself. For a fellow leader class comparison, here he is with friggin' what's his name, with Scavenger, and you can see the Fallen to the top of his first head. He is actually taller than Scavenger, which is really interesting. But then again, he could have been way bigger because look at the size of him and the size of him. The Fallen is like anorexic compared to Scavenger. Scavenger is a giant, like chunky finger. What is wrong with me? He's like a really chunky figure. So obviously he has a lot more plastic on him. And I feel like they could have done this with the Fallen. They just could have made him like a lot taller. Or, you know, even priced him as a Voyager. But really, we want a leader class, the Fallen. Because, I mean, look at the size of the box. And then look at the size of him. Actually, no, I'll keep him here. I'll keep him with his respective box. Yeah, look at the size of him and look at the size of the box. I feel they could have made him at least like this tall, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, here he is with Dark of the Moon Megatron. So there is that. Obviously Megatron does have that like hunched over look, but yeah, obviously I don't have the Revenge of the Fallen Megs, unfortunately, but yep, there is Dark of the Moon Megs for a fellow, well, another fellow Revenge of the Fallen figure. There he is with Mixmaster. Obviously Mixmaster is very short, just like Bone Crusher. He is like a wide guy instead of a tall guy, so there's that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the point where I'm gonna cry, because this, everyone knows, was my favorite Transformer I owned. This is Grindor. Now, I'm actually just gonna get the Fallen out of the way for the moment, and let's just talk about Grindor. Now, do you see anything wrong with him? Okay, well, yeah. Do you see anything wrong with him? Chances are you probably do. This piece, the pin has come out, but well, the pin hasn't come out. Actually, if I just try and get this part undone, here you can see that this bit of plastic here has broken. So now the pin is just lying here, and it's like really difficult for me to transform him. So I am heartbroken by this, and I'm mainly annoyed because I am going to now go to the store, and I say to the store like I'm buying I'm buying food. I now have to go to the store to buy another Grindor, which will be another like $110. Well, 1,900 and same thing. And the most painful thing is, for Black Friday, he was reduced by 1,200 rand. That's like $60. So if I had actually bought him for Black Friday, obviously I didn't know that he was gonna break. If I had bought him for Black Friday, then I could have saved a lot. But now I'm gonna go have to waste another $100 and something, just because of this. Now, you might be thinking, it's a pretty minor breakage. Why would I waste $100 and something on getting another one? That is because I have learnt my lesson, and I'm not gonna make this mistake again. I have plenty of Transformers who are broken. However, after they broke, well, by the time they broke, they had already gone out of stores and everything. But Grindor is still in stores, so I have to take advantage of it now, because I think sorry, we had some technical difficulties there, but basically what I was saying was, if I don't go and buy another one, then in a couple of years I'm gonna regret it, because I really love that figure. Grindor was just so much fun. So yeah, anyway, the Fallen is now my favorite, and yeah, I was slightly underwhelmed when I got him out the box, because there were some things where I was like, it's kind of weird. But after messing with him for about half an hour, I just fell in love. He's so cool. Now, obviously, let's talk about the coolest thing about him. And that would be the fact that you can do the "give me your face." You have Chicken Face. That is what I call him. You have Chicken Face. Yeah. They obviously, if they did not do this gimmick, then everyone would have hated this figure, because you need to have this, the fact that the Fallen can have his face ripped off. Honestly, like I said when I got him out the box, the head just felt so small. Like if I try and measure this, then it is what is that, 2 centimeters? It's 2.5 centimeters to this little clip. So yeah, the head sculpt, it did feel really small, but now I've gotten used to it, and it doesn't actually feel that small anymore. Anyway, look at the detail on that, and obviously, yes, you can see he does have light piping, some really good one, some really good light piping as well. And you know what, while we're here, let's just talk about the articulation. So obviously the head is on a ball joint, so you can pretty much get all ranges of motion there. And the coolest thing is that he can open his mouth like all the way, so that looks pretty cool. The arms are slightly restricted. You can see this, the engineer. Oh my god, this is what I was talking about. If I try and plug this back in. Alright, I'm just gonna hold it there, honestly. You can see the engineering gone into that. It's questionable. But really, I can't really think of any way that would have done it better. So obviously you can see, like, if you go up, then that will move. However, if you go down, sometimes it gets stuck, which is really frustrating. However, obviously you can just untab it, and just the relief that you have when you untab it. I do apologize for all the cuts. It's just for some reason, at some points during the video, my audio cuts out. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let me just do this quickly so I can make this bit short. So yeah, the arm does a full 360. It goes out that far. You get a bicep rotation, very stiff. You do get gorilla arms, which I know a lot of people don't like, but it is accurate. Then the wrist has a bend inwards. It also has the rotation. No waist joint, but that's honestly fine. The legs can go up that far. They can go all the way back before they hit that. They go out just less than 9 degrees. You do get that rotation at the thigh. You do get a knee joint. I don't know if that was in shot, but whatever. You obviously get all the rotations. You do get ankle pivot. So there's that. And of course the toe. Now, in terms of incorporating the staff into his hand, what you're going to do, you're going to take one half and you're going to send it through both of his fingers, and then you're going to tab this in, and bada bing, bada boom, there you have the Fallen with, okay, right. Now we have the Fallen with his staff and his face. Look how cool that is. This guy is great. He is. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that's everything for robot mode. So let's get back into vehicles mode. So what we're gonna do is untab these bits. Thank the Lord. Right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this bit, and of course, because he's so tall, I have to raise the camera. There we go. We're going to untab this and then just bring it over the face like so. Perfect. Now you're gonna bring these little rubber bits in like so. There we go. Bring the arms up, and what you're gonna do is rotate it at this gray part. So there's that, and then that tab is gonna go into that slot. So you're just gonna do that, tab that in. There we go. The exact same thing on this side. Bring the arm out, well, up, bring the arm up. What the hell's happened? There we go. Then just tab this in. He does kind of have difficulty keeping the tabs in place sometimes, but you will eventually do it. So there's the arms all done, I hope. And now move on to the legs. You're gonna Basically just fold up the toes like so, then rotate the feet 180, rotate the knee 180 and 180. That was the wrong way to rotate it, but anyway, you're then going to bring the legs out like so, then untab this, and there is a tab there that goes into that slot. So bring this in, whoa, and tab it in. Come on, there we go. Now we just need to tab the legs in. So there was the Transformers Studios series leader class, The Fallen. This guy is just so much fun, and I highly suggest that if you want a Fallen, even if you just want like a Prime, because obviously most of the Primes look the same, I highly recommend this figure. Even though you took over a month to come, thanks Big Bear Toy Store, this was definitely worth the wait. He is just so awesome and so much fun. So yeah, there was that. If you did, I would love to have a Prime, like just taking the face off, but I still don't have an Optimus Prime, although I will have one for Christmas. So I guess in the meantime we can kind of just, yeah, plug the face onto there. So